welcome back to the Paramount Story Wrangler Summer Writing Roundup. Your chance to have your original story transformed into a performance by the Story Wranglers. Now, last week we asked you to come up with stories about why you couldn't write today, and you rose to the challenge. You wrote stories about sneaky animals who somehow stopped you from writing, getting trapped in other dimensions so you couldn't write stories, your pencils becoming alive and flying away so you couldn't write stories, and yet you rose above all of those creative challenges and wrote a story about not being able to write a story anyway. I knew you could do it. And it was our busiest week at the Summer Writing Roundup yet. You submitted more stories than for any other prompt. And I know that is in no small part due to the students of Camp Story Wranglers. You can see all of the awesome stories they worked on, all of the digital performances they created, premiering soon at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/the Paramount Story Wranglers. But we can talk about that later. For now, I want to introduce you to this week's lucky story. And the lucky story chosen from the I Cannot Write Today prompt is...
This story was written by Eliza Wolf at Blackshear Elementary, and it's called Another Dimension. No. Okay, I know I'm supposed to write a story, Mr. Mitch, but I cannot write. Let me just explain. That'll be simpler, okay? Here we go.
I cannot write today. Asked me to write, but there is just no way. I wanted to write, that was my intention. Instead I ended up in another dimension. I cannot write, I feel the urge to hit the beach and see waves surge. Go to the beach, then go to the lighthouse. It looks wrong, wonder if it's the right house. Turns out to be a dimension changer. Honestly, I've never seen anything stranger. Go to grab my pencil, where could it be hidden? Thought I had my pencil with me, but I totally didn't. I cannot write today. You asked me to write, but there is just no way. I wanted to write, see that was my intention. Instead I ended up in another dimension. At the lighthouse, bad thoughts flooding. I cannot write without my pencil. All of a sudden, I end up in the future where flying cars soar. The earth doesn't have any plants anymore. Instead, there are just plastic plants. Head back to 2020 with some drastic plans. A world without flora doesn't stand a chance. It's time to take the future into my own hands. Get plants for the new world. Have a gardening day. We'll plant flowers and trees. We can do it, hooray! We got plants for the new world and had a gardening day. We planted flowers and trees, that's right. We did it, hooray! Go back to 2020 feeling proud that I could pitch, and then I finally found my pencil, it was sitting in my kitchen. Thought I couldn't write, the mistake was all mine. Turns out my pencil was actually magic all the time. I can write today. Ask me to write and I will shout, okay. I wrote a story just like I intended. It's called Another Dimension, and now it has ended.
The end.
What a fun and creative story. And what an exciting performance to go along with it. Congratulations to this week's lucky story and the author. And a special thanks to our Story Wranglers for putting that performance together. Now, the moment you're waiting for. What is going to be next week's theme? I want you to write a story as if you're an alien visiting the planet Earth for the first time. What are you excited by? What are you freaked out by? What's a dog? What's a car? What's anything on this crazy planet? Put yourself in the perspective of an alien visiting planet Earth and see what sort of things and adventures and misadventures your alien character can get up to. I can't wait to see all the weird, strange, and wonderful things you write, and I am especially excited for this week's performance. Aliens on planet Earth? It doesn't get cooler than that. So, make sure you submit your stories by 6 p.m. on Thursday to our website, austintheater.org/storywranglers. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and I cannot wait to read your stories. Bye, friends!